Hello and welcome to Tobacco Pipes and More. I'm Okie Ozark Piper, and today I just thought I'd have a quick word with you guys. To anyone that might be listening out there, say hello. I've been a little busy lately and haven't had a chance to do a personal video like this in a while, but it's after work today and thought I'd have a smoke before I go in. Weather's starting to get cooler, and winter is approaching us. I'm a little further south than some folks, and so we still have nice days at this time of the year, but at night it drops off pretty cool. Excuse me. I'm going to be smoking tonight some, let's see if I can get that in there, Plateau of Lang from Byron Ventures. I don't know if you guys have heard of Byron or not. He's a boutique blender. If you Google Byron Ventures, he has a selection of tobaccos. He's a bit of a mysterious character. His name is not actually Byron. That's just a pseudonym he's picked for the company. I don't know much about him. I've heard people talk about him here and there, and he's got kind of a cult following. People, he puts out a batch of tobaccos and people just snatch them up within hours of them being out, if even that long. And I've tried a few of his and I like them okay, but I'm not a huge fan. I haven't tried a lot. I've tried this Plateau of Lang, King's Ransom. I can't remember some of the others I've tried, but none of them has struck me as, oh boy, I wish I had a lot more of this one. I do admire what he's trying to do, though, and he's doing something that other people just are not really doing, and that is he's going in an entirely different direction with some of his blends. He's got one called, I think it's Anne's Cap, and it kind of has the flavor of like, I'm trying to think what's in there. I forget what's in there. But it kind of has the flavor of like a Chinese dinner almost, Chinese food. It's kind of off-putting for me somewhat. I mean, it's not that great. But I admire what he's trying to do, and that is something that's very hard, and that is to take tobacco to some other level or some other type that isn't out there already. Now, the Plateau of Lang and the King's Ransom, they are just regular English blends with a little bit of his own twist on it, and they're not bad. They're not the best, but they're decent. They're good. Let me light this. If I can. A little windy out here. So anyway, Byron Ventures. You might want to check them out. See if you think the hoopla is worth it. A lot of people, like I said, are like, he's got like a cult following, and he's got weird kind of, or I shouldn't say weird, that's probably not polite, but he's got original artwork, so to speak, on a lot of his stuff. The way he presents the whole website, it kind of has this kind of millennial feel to it. And I salute him for trying to keep this, for being right, how should I put this? For being right in the spirit of creativity in the pipe tobacco world. Most pipe tobacco blenders are always trying to blend something from the past, it seems like, and for good reason, you know. In the past, there was hundreds of millions of people smoking pipes at one time, all over the world, and they were making money hand over fist, you know. It's amazing the number of pipes that were produced at certain times, and the amount of tobacco that went out. That's all kind of gone now, and pipe tobacco, it's living on, but in a much weaker state than it was in its prime. And so the money's not really there that used to be there for the purpose of like blending new blends. And so if it's going to happen, it's going to come from guys like Ken Byron, who are just you know, really into it, doing it probably. You know, he's probably making some money. I don't know. I really don't know if he's making much off of this. But in the tobacco world, the margins seem to be pretty thin. Don't seem like there's you know, lots of money to be made in this compared to a lot of things you can get into in this modern age. So I salute him for keeping it alive and participating and pursuing it. Although I haven't found a whole lot, and I haven't tried a lot of his, but the few that I've tried, I haven't been overly impressed with. I understand Goblin Mixture, which is one of his, was really good. I never tried that one. And some of the people that I've talked with that have smoked a lot of his says that his English mixtures are the better of all the ones that he does. So you might, like I said, check that out, look at that, see what you think. Today I got in the mail, you can see on the top of my head there, my new Hana hat from Ireland. I tracked it, you know, I ordered it, and then I have this app where you can track the progress of your order, and I watched that go from Donegal, Ireland to Dublin, Ireland, over to Germany, from Germany to Kentucky, from Kentucky, Oklahoma City, Muskogee to here. So this hat has traveled more than I have. And it's pretty amazing. But Hana Hats are hard to talk and smoke at the same time. Hana Hats are legendary, I guess you could say. Always wanted one. They're handmade from Scottish new wool, and it's just one of those things. It's one of those, if you like hats, a Hana hat is something, well, I don't know if everybody likes them, but I've always wanted one, so I bought one. The holidays are quickly coming upon us. That will be nice. With Thursday. So one more day of work, and then we have holidays, a couple days off. And always enjoy that. I don't know if we're going to have a turkey this year. We may have, may not have. I'm not a big turkey fan, but I recently bought a lot of beef and put it in the freezer. And I bought some, what do you call it, a chuck roll. I bought like 3 chuck rolls and divided it all up and put it in our freezer. So we've got, I don't know how many pounds, like 85 pounds of chuck roll now in the freezer. And I would be happy eating that because I do enjoy all the parts that come out of that. And but it'd be nice to have the Thanksgiving holidays here. It's always enjoyable. This time of year is always Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of the year. I think I like it more even than Christmas. Christmas is always a little bit tough around here because we have 3 birthdays in December, and then we have Christmas, and you know, it's just always December's always really busy and really expensive, and I'm glad to see Christmas pass when it finally does. It seems like, and January comes around. But Thanksgiving is for me, one of my favorite times of the year. It's the beginning of fall, you know, fall and winter. It's kind of, well, it's not the beginning of fall, but it's kind of like the end of fall, the beginning of winter. And that's always enjoyable. I like the cooler weather. Here in my neck of the woods, it gets very hot indeed in the summer. And although we have mild temperatures throughout the year, you know, we get into the 90s and the hundreds starting in end of June, all of July, August are just brutal, dry, hot. And then after that, it starts, you know, cooling off and it gets more livable outdoors. But if anybody asks me what's weather like in Oklahoma, I always seem to think of just July and August. Smoking a little Peterson. It's a little Killarney pipe, and bought this, I don't know, a couple years ago, I believe now. And at first I thought, not a good pipe, and it gurgled a lot. It still gurgles some, but it gurgled a lot initially. And I've smoked other pipes with bins in them and haven't had as much gurgling as I had with this one. It seemed like it took a while for it to kind of dry out between smokes. You know, it took a while. Took a rest, needed a longer rest than some of my other pipes. But after smoking it a while, it's kind of come around, and now it seems to work pretty good. And it's not much of a pipe. It's, you know, cheapest one Peterson makes, I believe. You know, they might make something cheaper, but it's the very low end of pipes. But it serves its purpose. It's not a bad little pipe. Well, I wish you guys have a wonderful holiday, and hope you get to do what you want to do at this time of the year, and that you all have plenty to eat and plenty of good time with your family members and friends. And I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Take care.